Trust me, I get it. It's Central Michigan. Oh, we're gonna spank that booty. Listen, it ain't a bit. I understand. But hear me out. 6 months ago, 8 months ago, you were dying for some Miami Hurricanes football. You said I would give anything if Miami was playing this Saturday and I could watch some college football. It's back. It's here. I want to see you guys get pumped up for some Miami Hurricanes football. I'm not playing around with this one. I want to see you guys pumped up. I've seen the interest in Miami football take a dump. I've seen it over the last 2 weeks. And I know that the Bethune-Cookman game was 63-0, and I realized that it was a nobody. Basically, Miami playing a high school team. I understand. But I get pumped when Miami is playing on Saturday regardless because it's college football, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand how someone can not be hyped that college football is here and that we get to watch Miami play ball on Saturday. That's all I'm saying. I had to get that off my chest before we get this started. I got a couple of quick announcements before we really dive into it. We got Endo Gaines here. Oh, man. T. Davis, Jay, Nick, Miss K in the building. Oh, man, we got everybody here tonight. All right. We are going to take phone calls tonight, so just be prepared for that. Miami versus the Central Michigan Chippewas tomorrow night, 4 p.m. Eastern Time at Hard Rock Stadium. So another home game for Miami. This one will be on ACC Network. However, don't worry. I told you guys, some people call me the link man. I will have links for you guys tomorrow afternoon during the game. Just stop in the live hangout, and I will have links down in the description for you. What's going on, Crip? So I got you. Don't worry about it if you don't have ACC Network. Now, I do have some pretty cool news for you. Alonzo, many of you are aware of him, has hooked me up with Billy Wilson, a guy that has some Android boxes. So that is potentially something that's coming that we could have links for and stuff for that. So I just want to make that known. Thank you, Alonzo, for hooking me up with that and making that connection. And I'm pretty excited. Me and Alonzo have been talking tonight. And we're really going to try to grow this thing, man. We're going to do some collabing, and we're just going to have fun with it and talk Miami football, and who knows what else we're going to get into. So shout out to Alonzo for that, for hooking me up, man. You the man. I appreciate that.
Had to catch you on my drive to Columbus for a World's XL softball tourney. You.
All right, Eric, man. Good luck in that softball tournament, man. Hit a home run for the Canes family. I appreciate that, Eric. Thank you for the support. I'll get you up there for top donator. So, yes, again, I will have links for the game ready to go for you guys for this one, and then we'll see how everything works out with the Android boxes and all that stuff. So, let's talk about this game a little bit. What do you guys know about Central Michigan? What's going on with this team? What do you guys know about them? Any Miami game is a good game. That's what I'm talking about, man. I get so excited to watch Miami play ball. Period. Josh, man. Heck yeah. And I do want to thank, we actually had a couple of people join the Canes fam. Joshua Sparling, Michael, and Hurricane Logan, and DR is VedMD 1958. I don't know. I'm bad at pronouncing names, but those guys joined the Canes fan by clicking the join button. Thank you for the support, guys. You know Enos hates them. Hey, exactly, Russ. So it's all family, man. It's all family. We got to support each other and grow together. They suck. They were 1-11. How do I get links for a Gator game? Believe it or not, man. Yes, I am a Miami Hurricanes fan, but I love college football. So the best thing to do is hit me up in the DMs, all right, on Twitter or Instagram, and I can get you a link for the game, my friend. I'll hook everybody up, Canes fan or not. So don't worry about it, man. I got you. So I know Dan Enos used to be the head coach. Boom. Another fact, Jay. They upset Eastern Michigan. There you go, Christian. All right, so let's talk about them a little bit. Central Michigan, and then we will take phone calls. I like to just talk about the opponent a little bit and just see what you guys think. Central Michigan is in the MAC West. They are currently 2-1 with their first loss this season coming to. They have a real tight end. Ooh, we'll get to that, Endo. We'll get to that. Yeah, we're getting there. Their first loss of the season was to the 13th ranked Wisconsin Badgers, where they lost 61-0. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. This is a real talk moment. I'm not going to sit here and talk trash about Wisconsin because the last 2 times we've played them, we've lost. So I can't really say much about that. I don't know what to say. But Wisconsin handled business against Central Michigan. Central Michigan's head coach is Jim McElwain. That name should ring a bell for some Miami fans. A former head coach for the Florida Gators. It's been several years ago, but he was the head coach there. He's looking to turn this program around. It's his first season as the head coach for Central Michigan. Right now, again, they are 2-1. In 2018, Central Michigan was 1-11. So if you want to be technical here, this is a scary stat, okay? Prepare yourselves. Central Michigan has won twice as many games this year as they did last year. I'm just saying. They've won double the amount of games. This program might be totally different, you know? I'm just saying. They've won twice as many games. That's a pretty big stat. Okay. So, but in all seriousness, never underestimate any opponent. You guys know I'm always putting that out there. So, you got to take them serious. They're 2-1. Miami's 1-2. What are you going to say? You know, we're 1-2 with our only win so far coming against Bethune-Cookman, which was not really a big opponent. Neither really is Central Michigan, but many will argue, including myself, that Central Michigan is a better football team than Bethune-Cookman. What do you guys think about that? I do believe that Central Michigan is definitely a better football team than Bethune-Cookman. And we will get to predictions, score predictions as well. Oh, Danny is predicting a Central Michigan victory. We'll talk about it. Anthony Manzano, Coop, do you know what channel cable provider is ACC Network on? I do not know who all provides ACC Network. I don't know. And I don't know what channel it is. I currently have YouTube TV is what I have. But I will have links for you either way. So I got you no matter what. What's going on, Corey Finch? I think that Central Michigan is a better football team than Bethune-Cookman. I'm not saying they're a good football team. I'm just saying they're a better football team than Bethune-Cookman. Let's see. What else we got for them? They have a pretty good wide receiver. Pimpleton. Was that it? Am I reading? Hold up. Am I reading that right? Yes, I do have notes. Pimpleton. Yes, I am saying that correctly. Okay. Pimpleton. He transferred from Virginia Tech, and he's had a pretty good season so far this year for Central Michigan, so he could be potentially a threat. However, probably not a deep threat, because I watched some Sorry, I was reading the chat. I watched some tape on Central Michigan, and their deep passing game is pretty much non-existent. 80+% of their passes are less than 20 yards. So their deep passing game is just non-existent. So it's going to be more short yardage passes and trying to let the wide receiver or tight end or whoever running back in the backfield get the ball and make a play. Now, they do also have a tight end, as Endo Gaines brought up, that is pretty darn good. Endo Gaines, are you referring to the tight end that used to play quarterback? Are we talking about the same guy? They have a tight end that transitioned from quarterback and now plays tight end. And there is an NFL star who did that at one point. What was his name? Played for the Texans, I believe. Oh, I may be way off. I may be way off with this. But he transitioned over from quarterback to tight end. But who's the guy that's in the NFL now that did that? That played QB and then transitioned over? Oh, I'm going blank. Hold up. I'm going blank. Unless one of you guys know. But listen, he's pretty good. I would say that he could potentially, you could argue NFL-type talent with this tight end that they have. which is surprising, but I do believe that. He is pretty talented. So they're going to be looking to get Pimpleton the ball and that tight end the ball. I'm going blank on his name, Indo. Maybe you can fill me in. 247 Kane says, Coop! Welcome to the stream, man. Keldon says, if you aren't paying for TV service, I recommend YouTube TV. Keldon, I can give 2 thumbs up for the YouTube TV. That is also what I have. But I will have links for you guys, regardless. Do I say that YouTube TV is worth the price? If you are into sports, I would say yes, Jason. I would say yes. That's what I use currently. I might have some more suggestions for you guys coming soon with what I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, but we'll see. Now, I'm already seeing this question being asked. Lingard, will he play? Lingard, based on what Manny Diaz said on Monday morning, is cleared to play and probably expected to see some snaps in this game. Listen. You guys know how pumped I am about seeing Lingard get some snaps. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Brett. I'm glad you made it to a stream, man. I am so excited to see Lingard get some snaps. Listen, DJ Dallas has worked his butt off. Cameron Harris, we've only seen half of what he can do. That guy needs to be fed the ball more. But now when you throw Lingard into this mix, hear me out for a second. You got DJ Dallas, the running back that leaves it all on the field every game. That man is going to play his butt off for the U. Every game, I can promise you that. You got Cameron Harris, the bigger, bulkier back with just excellent vision. You also have Lingard now that would be in the mix that has a Olympic type speed. Hear me out. Wait till you see him carry the ball. So I'm pretty excited. Lingard is clear to play. Will he see snaps in this game? Most likely. Yes, he will most likely see snaps in this game, especially given the opponent. They want to kind of warm him up a little bit, and this is the game to do that. It's the perfect opportunity to let Lingard kind of warm up a little bit and get some carries. Tommy Guns, my man, thank you for the $2 donation. Throwing some U's in the tip jar. Appreciate that, Tommy. Super Chat is on for the live stream as usual, and the join button is active down below. I did figure out Apple users that have been asking me how to get the U by their name and how to use the emotes. I put a link in the description. There will be a link down there that says this is how Apple users join. Click that link and that's how you can join. It's optional. Don't feel pressure to do it. It's optional. I'm just letting you know that Apple users, I've been telling you guys, you're crazy. All right, there's a join button down there. I don't know what to tell you. You're crazy, but you're not crazy. For Apple users, you have to click a link down in the description. What's going on, Nick? How are you, man? Hill. Is that his name? Taysom Hill? Says Christian. Lingard, 5 carries, 2 touchdowns. That's a bold prediction, but definitely he could see some carries, like we said. Lionel, basically there is, when you're typing a message, there's a money symbol. You can click that to donate to the channel, and you can put in a custom message that'll pop up over here. Always optional, man. So never feel pressure to do that. It's never required. 4 to 8 snaps. That's what you're saying. Lingard will see Indo gains. What's up, Rod G? How are you, man? Oh, we're gonna get there, Jason. We're gonna get there. We'll talk about score predictions. I do want to talk on with Miami. Cleveland Reed Jr., redshirt freshman offensive lineman, entered the transfer portal today. I'm sure most of you already saw the news. I mean, I always hate it to lose a guy. But I do say that if you're not repping the U 100%, I can wish you the best of luck in your future college career, but move on. You know, that's my thing. A lot of people are focusing on it, and they're like, man, we're losing people. They're dropping like that. If they ain't repping this 100%, do you really want them? I'm asking you an honest question. Do you want them? If they're not 100% in for Miami, do you want them? And that's a question I'm asking you guys. Some of it might have been because of Clark. Clark has obviously seen more snaps, and maybe he thought he just wasn't good enough or wasn't going to get the play time. I don't know. And it's not meant in a negative way. Don't take it that way. I don't mean it as in, I hope the door hits you on the way out. It's not that. But I wish him the best of luck wherever he goes. But if you don't want to be a Cane, don't be a Cane. It's as simple as that, period. What link in the description? Anthony, there's a link down in the video that will say, become a Canes fan member and unlock special perks and emotes, and there's a link right there. And that'll put a U beside your name like Josh Mobley's got, like Raji's got, and Raji's trying out those emotes. I love it, man. What was your question? I saw it in there. Let me get my notes in order here. Oh, who is transferring? Cleveland Reed Jr., a redshirt freshman offensive lineman. He is transferring. He entered the transfer portal today on Friday. Now, many people have noted that just because you put your name in the transfer portal does not mean that you are leaving necessarily yet. But he's going to leave. Okay, he's going to leave. Jay, the U family Blaze. Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for blessing us and showing up in the stream. He's already gone off the roster. There you go. I mean, he's gone. He's gone. Let's talk a little bit more about Central Michigan as well, because we know most of the stuff about Miami, right? We know mostly what's going on at Miami, so let's analyze the opponent a little bit. Raven, Billy, how you doing today, man? Do you know where he is going to? Nobody would know yet, because he would be in the transfer portal, so anybody could potentially pick him up. I haven't noticed Hill playing tight end. He comes in as QB on some plays and utility stuff, but I don't know about tight end. Yeah, let me double check that name real quick. Let me double check the name, just so I'm not giving you guys incorrect information. Let's see. Let me see that, because it's a guy you're going to want to look out for. You're going to want to look out for him in this game. Keldon, you've been watching some ball. Okay. I couldn't remember if you liked football or not. Okay. Let me double check his name. Yes. So it is actually Tony Poljan. Tony Poljan. Poljan. 6'7", 255 pounds. Number 85. A converted quarterback that made the transition to tight end in 2018. So we're actually looking at Poljan. So thank you, Keldon, for the heads up, because I couldn't remember his name. So I was just taking the first name that I saw in there. Coop says Hurricane Zoe. Now, I added a couple extra O's in there, Zoe, but Alonzo, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I did tell everyone that I wanted to give you a shout out and thank you for everything you've done for me, for hooking me up today with the gentleman with the Android boxes. And thank you for the shout out in your video, Alonzo. I'm telling everybody, we're all family, man. It's all love around here. And we're going to help each other grow. And I told him we got some big things coming, but I ain't going to spoil nothing. All right? I ain't going to spoil nothing. I ain't telling him nothing. So... but yeah, that's him. Look out for number 85, 6'7", 255. I know that I'm kind of throwing a few little shots at Central Michigan. And maybe some people are laughing about that, or they think it's funny. And yes, I am throwing some jabs at them, because college football, you still have to talk a little bit of trash. But that guy could be pretty good. Thank you, Zoe. Love you too, man. Also, for Central Michigan, they do not have their starting quarterback or starting running back. They were both injured in the Wisconsin game. So coming up for Central Michigan, Moore will be their starting QB. Against Akron, he threw for 316 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. However, that is not their guy. That's their number 2 guy up on the roster. He does have one game under his belt, Akron, but...
Always family no matter what, 100 points.
Exactly. Keep it 100. Thank you, Alonzo, Hurricane Zoe, for the $5. You did not have to do that. Absolutely did not have to do that. So much respect as always, Alonzo. You know, we had a conversation on the phone today. So thank you for that, man. That just shows Miami Hurricanes YouTubers supporting other Miami Hurricanes YouTubers. Like I said, guys, we're all family. Alonzo just proved it right there. So thank you, man. But yeah, they'll be without their starting quarterback. So it'll be the second guy up, one game under his belt. But he's coming into hostile territory, playing at Hard Rock Stadium. So it'd be really cool if Miami fans could show up loud and proud. Now, I know I'm not going to be able to make the game, so I can't, I'm not going to sit here and talk down about other people who can't make the game. I'm just saying it would be cool if Miami showed up loud and proud and really just rattled this guy who did not expect to be starting against Miami for Central Michigan. So that's kind of all I've got on Central Michigan. I did watch some tape on them. Miami should handle business. Miami should handle business, as we all know. Let's talk about Miami a little bit. We already touched on Lingard. As you guys know, Dan Enos was the head coach at Central Michigan. So I'm gonna tell you something real quick. Okay,
this is what it takes.
Huddle up. Actually, we haven't huddled up in a night before stream.
On the side of your helmet.
Alonzo is an alien that escaped from Area 51.
The 247 Canes. I'm not sure how to take that. I'm going to say that you're complimenting him. So, Alonzo, if you're still here, I'm going to say 247 Canes is complimenting you. I like to take things and turn them around and turn them into compliments, even if they're not. And he might have just been trying to be funny. I don't know. It's 247 Canes. Thank you for the 5, man. Appreciate that. But let's huddle up for a second. I thought he was, though. That's what I was saying. Huddle up for a second. If you're new here, I want you to take your phone and put it right here. Put it right up to your face, up real close, like we're huddled up. We're huddled up together. All right. If you're watching this on your television screen, I want you to be like right here. All right. I want you to get up real close, and I don't care where you're at. Just huddle up. Huddle up. Listen. Hear me out for a second. I'm going to make it nice and crystal clear. You're going to get real close and personal with Coop. Oh, boom. We're in focus and everything. Listen, Miami fans. Dan Enos used to be the head coach at Central Michigan. He was quoted at one point saying he felt like he was doing everything for that program that he could. And the university did not reciprocate. They were not thanking him properly for what all he was putting in. I expect Dan Enos to open up this playbook a little bit. Now, we don't want to show all of our cards. I understand that. But I expect Dan Enos to open up that playbook a little bit and pour on some points against Central Michigan. I'm talking cutthroat, no mercy. Do not take our foot off of the gas, period. We're not feeling sorry for anybody. MAC West School versus ACC School versus Miami. Central Michigan versus Miami. Expect him to pour on some points against Central Michigan. All right? That's a good huddle. That's a good huddle. You can pull your phone away now. You can pull your phone away. It's been a while since we've huddled up. Raji, listen, if you tell me, if you think that there aren't feelings still there from that, I understand that he's going to be much more happy where he is currently. Listen, you want to be an offensive coordinator at Miami, or do you want to be a head coach at Central Michigan? I'm taking the assistant position, the offensive coordinator position, instead of being a head coach at a MAC West school. That's my opinion, okay? But at home at Hard Rock, against his former team, when he was quoted saying that the school was really just like, whatever, see you later. You think he ain't going to try to pour on some points against Central Michigan? Absolutely. He is. You accepting calls? Absolutely. I will be taking calls. Your wife is laughing at us. Hey, I'm just trying to have a good time, Raji. Trying to have a good time. John Doe Porter, welcome to the channel, man. Appreciate that sub. So there's that. I'd still like to see more consistency from Baxa, as all of us would. I mean, I really don't need to go into much more detail on that. We just need consistency. I need Baxa to not have that deer in the headlights look every time he goes out to make a kick, including extra points. And I'm not just trying to pick on the guy. I'm not. But I've got to see more consistency out of him, and I've got to see him more pumped up and confident. You know? I need to see this guy look like he's coming out and he knows what he's doing and he's ready to make that kick for Miami. What's up, Coop? This is 904 Hurricane on my daughter's tablet, so I am dorky lover at the moment. All right, 904 Hurricane. I'll try to remember. Man. My question to you: Will N'Kosi Perry see playtime again? I'm gonna ask you guys that question. I'm gonna let you ponder on it for a second, and then we're gonna get a quick weather check for the game tomorrow. If we don't score at least 50, I will be disappointed. Wisconsin put up 60 on these boys. That's fair. Will N'Kosi Perry see playtime? Now, you guys know that I was actually a big N'Kosi Perry fan. I had predicted him to be the starter this year, and he didn't win the job. Am I happy with Jarren Williams? Absolutely. Am I ride or die with Jarren Williams? You bet. The man has 0 interceptions so far in his first 3 games as a Miami Hurricanes starting quarterback. However, I really wanted him to continue to get reps against Bethune-Cookman. And it's okay if you disagree with me on that, but I really wanted him to continue to get as much experience as possible, as long as it looked like, he wasn't kind of getting too gassed or getting too tired, so, to help avoid injury and stuff like that. But will N'Kosi Perry play? It's very possible. It is very possible that we could see him maybe by the third quarter, maybe halfway point of the third quarter. Worst case, fourth quarter. Something like that. Now, again, do not overlook Central Michigan, please. Do not overlook them. But N'Kosi Perry should get playtime. One more quick note before I open up the phone lines. Keep in mind that the Miami Hurricanes, and this is another reason. Hold up. How many people we got in here? 108. I want to see 108 people pump the heck up for this game, because we get Miami Hurricanes football tomorrow, and then we have to go another week without it. That's right. We have another bye week coming up after this game. Our second one of the year already. So we get Miami football tomorrow, and then we got to go without it another week again. Now, some people look at this as a positive. Some people look at this as a negative. That gives us a chance to rest and prepare for Virginia Tech. Yes, Virginia Tech would be next. I don't know. I feel like it gets us out of a groove a little bit, because that's already our second bye week. Look at what the bye week did after the Florida game. You could argue that was a different scenario potentially. But we had an extra week to prepare for North Carolina, and we came out flat and uninspired, especially in the first quarter. I'm just saying. So I don't know how I feel about the bye week. I would have rather have done Virginia Tech than a bye week than Virginia, because instead, here's the scenario we've got. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. I'll show you. I'm going to show you what we have coming up. I'm sure most of you already know this. Come over here with me for a second. Central Michigan tomorrow. We then have Virginia Tech. We have a bye week in between here. We then have Virginia Tech the Saturday after the bye week. Then we have currently ranked 21 Virginia on Friday. I hate Friday games. I hate them. And I really wish the bye week was in between here. If we're going to have that Friday game, I wish we could have that bye week in between here. Because I hate those Friday games. Now listen, at least these are home. So we got home. So at least we have that, right? But man, do I hate those Friday games, because I don't know. I hate that. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the bye week and where it is? Why are people so scared of Virginia? I'm not saying that I'm scared. I just know that where I've seen this team mentally in the first half of football games can scare me a little bit against an opponent that's pretty pumped up and is going to be hyped to play Miami.
To wear the U on the side of your helmet.
What's up, Coop? Just stopping by showing some love, brother. Go Canes.
Thank you. We got Junior and the big dog in the building. I'm feeling the love tonight. Junior and the big dog and Alonzo both showing Coop support and donating to my channel tonight. That's huge. I don't know if you guys know how huge that is to me personally. Junior and the big dog and Alonzo, those guys put out just amazing content. And Junior and the big dog, I don't know how long you've been here, but we were talking about how Miami Hurricanes YouTubers, we're really coming together and trying to just everybody grow together, man, because it's all love. We're all cheering for the same team, and we all bring different views and opinions on the team in these games. So it's awesome. It's awesome for the fan base. It's awesome for the fan base because you guys have different people to listen to. It's not about your favorite one. Maybe you prefer Alonzo. Maybe you prefer Junior and the Big Dog. Maybe you prefer Wholesome One. Maybe you prefer Miami Hurricanes Time, Miami Hurricanes Talk, NMDTV. You know, maybe you prefer one over the other. But it's cool that you have so many options. Just think about that for a second, guys. You have so many options when it comes to talking Miami Hurricanes football that you could almost talk it 24/7 if you wanted to every week. So I just want to see all love in the chat. I want to see all love in the chat. Thank you, Junior and the Big Dog, for the support for the $5. Throwing some more U's over in the tip jar. So that's really all I have to say about it. I'm about to open up the phone line. Let's take a look real quick at the weather report. Weatherman Coop, come on over. I need a green screen so I can give you guys like a radar, and I'll point to random stuff on it. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., we're showing scattered thunderstorms, 55% chance of rain. This is probably normal for Miami, right? This time of day, we're probably fine. 85 degrees roughly, 55, 60, 50, 50, 60. I mean, that's probably standard. I don't think it's anything really that big to worry about. Thank you for the kind words, Crip, though. I know, Crip, you've been rocking with me from day one, man. I appreciate the love you show me. So I'm not too worried about it. 50% chance of rain. Whatever. We're fine. Let's also take a look at the ESPN matchup predictor. Percentages I do not believe have changed since my preview video. Central Michigan coming in at 1.9% chance of winning this game. Miami at 98.1% chance. So they are really not giving Central Michigan any chance to win this game. We talked about the averages in the preview video. I don't know if you guys really want to talk about that, or we can just open up the phone line. Hurricane warning in effect. You got it. What's going on with Lingard? Devontae, he is clear. Manny Diaz announced on Monday he is clear and ready to play and expected most likely. Listen, don't take it to the bank. It's not a guarantee. Most likely he will see some snaps in the Central Michigan game. So I believe that Lorenzo Lingard will see something. So he will see some carries in this game. But Central Michigan, total yards averaging per game, 373. Miami at 459. Miami stats are a little bit padded because of the Bethune-Cookman game, though. You do have to keep that in mind. Yards allowed, this is a big one for Central Michigan. 389 yards average allowed against them per game. Miami coming in at a reasonable 276. That's not terrible. Points per game, Central Michigan, 35.3. Miami, again, a very respectable 17.3. Good evening, Slim Shady Canes. How are you tonight, man? How are you? Yes, so Lingard could potentially see snaps and is most likely expected to. I'm going to tell you real quick, and I promise I'm going to open up the phone lines. My biggest thing I want to see in this game, I got to stand up and tell you this. I am not playing around when I say this. Okay? This is huge to me, and I need to see this from the Miami Hurricanes. This is absolutely flipping critical for this game. Okay? What I need to see is Miami coming out in the first quarter looking like we know what to do and coming out getting a fast start in this football game. Please, I told you, remind me tomorrow. You guys are going to be here in the live hangout, right? Tomorrow. I got you with links. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a good time and win this football game. When we start when we start that game tomorrow, I want to put ones in the chat. I want to put ones in the chat because, yeah, we're still going to finish. We finished the fourth quarter. We own the fourth quarter. I get it. We need to start football games in the fourth quarter. We need to stop starting football games in the third quarter. Okay? What's happening and what Miami is doing is we're more or less spotting teams 14 to 21 points in the first and second quarter while we put up 0 or 3 points, a field goal, 6 points. So if we can get that fast start, think about the Florida game. I know it's done. It's done. It already happened. We can't change it unless one of you invent a time machine. Okay? We can't change it. But imagine if we had put up 14 on Florida in the first quarter, 21. Imagine if we had got off to a good start. Okay, cool. That was the first game. Jitters, the new offense. Okay, imagine we did that hypothetical against North Carolina. Other teams start fast. Why can't we? So I feel like that's critical, and I want to see improvement in that area for Miami. We still kind of started out slow against Bethune-Cookman. Too slow for me. Too slow for comfort. And I need to see improvement in that area. Fast starts, getting things going in the first quarter. Let's see. Junior and the Big Dog, I have 2 tickets to give away. Hit me up on Twitter. Junior and the Big Dog, can you put that in the chat one more time so everyone can see your Twitter? You know what? I'll link it. Because I want to see a huge turnout. At Hard Rock Stadium. Let me link your Twitter, Junior and the Big Dog. That's very kind of you to do that. So if you guys are looking for tickets, maybe you weren't thinking about going. Or maybe you thought about going, but you didn't have tickets. I'm going to link his Twitter. You had 52,000 last game, and it was darn hot. So there's Junior and the Big Dog. You guys know you can trust them. You've been on their channel. Looks like he is giving away 2 tickets. Look at his top tweet. Who wants to go to the game tomorrow? Make your case. 2 tickets, free giveaway. No strings attached. There it is. His Twitter's in there. Go over there and make your case. But I appreciate you guys doing that, looking out for the Miami Hurricanes family. That's huge, Junior and the Big Dog. Thank you for doing that. But that's the big thing for me, is starting fast. It is. Obviously, I have other keys to a victory. I already discussed them in the preview video. I got to see Miami starting fast. I have to. I'm tired of the slow starts. When's the last time we had a fast start in a football game that was a decent opponent? Somebody tell me. When was the last time we were like, wow, we look good right now. We are on it. And I'm talking at the end of the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter. I'm waiting. Notre Dame. That's a game that comes to mind. Notre Dame. Yeah. And see, that's what I'm saying. It's so frustrating. I watch all these other games. You guys, we watch games other than Miami, right? We watch games other than Miami because I like to peep out the competition a little bit, see what other schools got going on, other football teams, And when I watch it, I can't help but get a little frustrated because I see these teams get off to these fast starts, putting up 14 points in the first quarter, 21 points in the first quarter against decent opponents. And I've been asking myself for a while, why can't Miami do that? Why do we always struggle in the first quarter? So we got to open it up, man. I got to see guys looking like they know what they're doing. I got to see that playbook opened up. I got to see 14 to 21 in the first quarter, not by halftime, the first quarter. And I do want to let you guys know, I swear I'm opening up the phone line after this. I'm opening it up. I had some complaints that the siren was not lubed up well enough last week because every time the the handle would make a round and go around. You would just hear squeak, squeak, squeak. So listen, your boy Coop bought a whole. I'm about to unleash half a can on the siren. Okay? So it will be lubed up for tomorrow night and ready because I expect to ring that siren a lot tomorrow night. So I'll have it all lubed up and ready to go. I'll give you my last final score prediction again. Need some oil-based. This is probably oil-based. I don't know. I hope it works. 247. We're struggling financially, so can't go to the game. Rays, go to that Twitter page that I linked. Just scroll up a little bit. Junior and the Big Dog giving away tickets for free. No strings attached. Notre Dame, Slim Shady says last time Miami really did it was Stephen Morris was at the QB. You could definitely argue that. I see that argument. Slim Shady. Now wait, the Gators, I know this is getting off topic, but the Gators are without Felipe Franks against the Vols on Saturday, correct? Tell me if I'm wrong, Slim Shady, but I believe so. Didn't Franks break his ankle or something? I don't want to see that for anyone. I don't want to see anyone get hurt like that, like a season-ending injury or something like that. I never wish that on any opponent, period. My motto is you got to beat the best to be the best. So I want to play teams that are at 100%. Otherwise, you know what they're going to do? They're going to make excuses. Well, you beat us because we don't have our starting QB. Well, our star running back went out in the second quarter. That's why you beat us. I don't want excuses. Period. Franks is done. Bro, ooh, shoot. I do hate that for him. And you got to understand, that's coming from Coop. That's coming from a Miami Hurricanes fan who lost to Florida, who has such a bad taste in my mouth for Florida, more than I already did. And I still say I hate to see that. Because at the end of the day, he's an athlete trying to make a career out of playing college football. So I would not wish that on anybody. That sucks. It really does. It is going to be interesting to see how they perform against Tennessee because the Vols have been struggling. What's going on, Randy? So this is my my final score prediction. Some Miami fans are actually hating on me for this score prediction because they're saying we put up 63 on Bethune-Cookman. I'm putting 52-3. I got a gut feeling. I hope that it is more. But I'm just saying. I'm putting up 52-3 is what I got. So I'm going to take phone calls. I'm going to open up the phone line. And we're going to talk about this game. Now, hear me out. Do you have NFL teams or are you Canes only? I focus on Miami Hurricanes content, Keldon. I tried to branch out, and eventually I still might. Alonzo and I were actually talking about this today. I still might. It's just, it's hard for me to give the same passion for any other team. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you guys were like, let's talk about, who else? The Kentucky Wildcats. I would be like, cool, they're playing whoever they're playing this week. It looks like it's going to be a good matchup. Now let's talk some Miami Hurricanes football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to be flipping tables for Kentucky or nothing. So that's why, Keldon. I'm so passionate about Miami. It's really hard for me to talk about anybody else. It is. I have so much love for Miami and so much passion for the Miami Hurricanes football program. But maybe. We'll see. Let me get the phone line opened up for you guys. And what I would like to discuss is the Central Michigan game, of course. And we can talk about the state of Miami. We can talk about Lingard getting some snaps. We can talk about N'Kosi Perry maybe getting to play. We can talk about Jaron Williams.
On the side of your helmet.
Coop, I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Josh Mobley, for the $10. Also a member in the Canes fam. So thank you, man. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate the $10. Top donation on the night. So let me put you up there real quick, bro. Thank you for all the support you give me, Josh. Now let's get that phone line open up. You guys are itching to talk on this game. So I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about it. I told you guys I'm always pumped for Miami football. Period. I have people send me messages and they're like, Coop, it's Bethune-Cookman, like last week. Coop, it's Central Michigan. Why you pumped? Listen, don't even get me started again. Don't even get me started again. Hit me up in February next year when there's no college football. And let me see what you're saying. You'll be dreaming that hoping Miami football is back. You'll be having dreams about Miami playing, saying, dang, I wish they were back. I wish it was football season. I've done it. I'm not going to lie. I have dreams about college football being back during the off season. What the heck is a Chippewa? Let me look. What is a Chippewa? I'm not even trying to poke fun. Like, is it... Christopher, how you doing, man? Notre Dame going to get a wake-up call tomorrow. Who does Notre Dame play? Is it like Native American related? I'm guessing it has to be. What does Chippewa... I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me. The Chippewa was Native American related, right? Notre Dame is playing Georgia. Oh, Notre Dame is going to get spanked. No, Notre Dame is overrated every year. Period. You're not going to change my mind on that. That's something that I have stood behind. Listen, what was my motto when they played Miami? Overhyped. Overhyped. That sums up Notre Dame in a nutshell, period. When have they come up big? When have they come up when it's showtime? When the lights are on, prime time. Notre Dame's overhyped. And Notre Dame fans have argued with me until they're blue in the face. And it still does not convince me anymore. Not even a little. Oh, UGA fans are always hyped. Pitt upsets UCF tomorrow. That's a bold prediction, David. That's a bold prediction. Chris Song is in the building. How you been doing, man? How are you? So, all right. Phone line is open. You can see it right here. 865-229-4131. Let's talk Central Michigan and let's talk the state of this program for a little bit. This stream will probably try to end around 10. I'm thinking like a 2-hour stream tonight. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I don't believe Notre Dame could win an ACC title. What do you guys think would happen for real if Notre Dame came into the ACC? Please give me your honest opinion. What you think would happen. And remember, I want to make one more thing known. When I take phone calls, if anyone donates, please stay around for a few minutes and I will address your donation and properly thank you for it. I usually don't interrupt callers, but the donation will still go off and I will definitely personally thank you for it. So, I had a couple people tell me, Coop, you didn't address my donation as soon as it came through. I try to not interrupt the caller, so just don't take it personally. I see it, it'll still read it out, and I will personally thank you for it. Notre Dame is the Duke of basketball living off their past. I've got no love for Notre Dame. Notre Dame and Clemson ACC championship? No. I can't. UCF in the ACC would be interesting. I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea. Hello. Who do we have on the line tonight?
Scoop.
What's up?
Dude, I missed the last stream.
Who do we got on the line? Let me double check your name real quick.
My name's Christian.
Christian, yes. Okay, I know exactly who you are, man.
All right.
So let's. What do you want to talk about for a minute tonight? You want to talk about Central Michigan? You want to talk about the state of the Miami program, specific players? What are you thinking?
Man, I was hoping about talking about the Miami program for a little bit.
Okay. I'm down.
Man, nice win over Bethune Cookman. Good way to start out the first one of the year. I didn't get to watch the game, but I heard it was a pretty good win for y'all. I mean, I think Manny Diaz has to win this game. He has to. I mean, if he doesn't win this game, he's going to be on the hot seat for the end of the season. You're playing a struggling Central Michigan team.
Now, I got to ask you, I always forget. Who's your team again, Christian?
I'm a Florida Gator fan.
Florida Gator fan. Okay, I wasn't trying to call you out. I just wanted to make sure I couldn't remember for sure.
Okay.
Because, no, I appreciate you hanging out. A lot of people give me flack for that, for saying, oh, you let all these opposing teams listen. He watches college football. He's a college football fan, just like you are. So he can come in and give his opinion. Definitely. That's an outside perspective. This is a perspective from a Florida fan. No, this is not the Duke guy. The Duke guy was, shoot, I forgot his name, but this isn't him. Christian is a Florida Gators fan. But, I mean, you are correct. I mean, if Miami did lose a game like this to a MAC West team, Miami fans would be embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
It would be not good. That's for sure. I mean, I think most people would agree that they're going to consider most of the rest of the games a must-win, so to say. But games like this against a lesser opponent, whether you agree with it or not, a MAC West opponent, I mean, is a must-win. You would have to win.
Of course. I mean, with a Power 5 team like Miami, you're going to be expected to win those kind of games.
So, how do you feel? I have to ask you this, guys. I know this is not Miami related, but how are Florida fans feeling about Felipe Franks with him getting injured?
Shoot, man, I hate to see a guy get hurt. I would hate to see anybody get hurt in college. Kids trying to go to college, trying to make his career. Kids not getting paid. But then again, I just heard about that new law passed in California. But we're not going to get on that topic. But you always hate to see what happen, okay? But Florida going into the Tennessee game, I mean, it should be an easy game. But at the same time, it's this SEC game, struggling Tennessee team. Trash played pretty well against Kentucky. I think he's going to go in there, throw a pretty good game. No interceptions, 2 touchdowns, about 250 yards, in my opinion. So a pretty good game for Trask.
So, yeah, like you said, I mean, Miami's got to come out with the dub, which it should be no problem. I always tell everybody to not underestimate any team because when you look past the team, that's when accidents happen, when bad things happen. But Miami should handle business. Do you have any type of score prediction from an outside perspective?
Oh, man, I'm going to take some heat for this.
Go ahead.
I think
you can give your opinion.
Miami wins this game 28-3.
Okay, so you're not giving Miami a lot of points on the board. May I ask why? That's all.
This is why. I mean, it's Jim McElwain, and I'm not playing favoritism just because he was the old coach at Florida.
Oh, yeah, he coached at Florida. Okay, continue.
I'm not playing favoritism. I'm not playing favorites. I don't know. Man. They could put up 60. I mean, I just think Central Michigan's a better team than Bethune-Cookman.
And I do agree. I do think that they are better than Bethune-Cookman. But I do think that Miami can definitely put up more than 28 points. So I do have to disagree with you on that one. However, that's the point of this channel is so you can call in and give your opinion on it, what you think.
Yeah. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, especially in college football.
Oh, yeah. I've been wrong many times. I'm not going to sit here and try to deny that. There's video evidence of me being wrong, so I can't take that stuff back. I've been wrong before. So, man. I appreciate you calling in, Christian. That'd be a perspective from a Florida Gator fan. So that's why I enjoy talking just college football in general and a fan of an opposing team giving an outside perspective opinion on what they think. So thank you for calling in tonight, Christian.
You have a nice night now.
All right, you too. All right, bye-bye. And I'm going to try to keep them tonight, guys. I'm so bad. Listen, it's because I love you guys so much. I'm so bad about letting callers go for like 20 minutes and 30 minutes. I need to try to keep them to like 5 minutes. And I think that's reasonable. I think that's fair to kind of voice your opinion, give a score prediction, and kind of go from there, you know? Hurricane Zoe! What's up?
What's going on, Coach Coop?
We're trying to dive in on this game a little bit. I know you've been here, so I know you kind of seen what's going on.
Yeah, I've been in here. I've been in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Listening to my head coach. Call the game plan, call the plays together, and get the troops rallied.
I'm trying to get people pumped up. I'm really. It's disappointing to me, and I'm not talking to you guys because you guys are here. I'm not talking to Alonzo. Alonzo's here. But I just hate seeing people not be hyped up because they're like, it's Central Michigan. I'm hyped up for any game that Miami is playing, period.
Me too. I want to see Miami win. And since you're doing a better job as the head coach, I need to do a better job as Blake James and the general manager getting fans in the stands, you know what I'm saying, and doing what we're supposed to do, Now you're doing a great job, man. I'm reading the chat tonight, man. Everybody seems to be having fun. I'm loving it. I wish I could have made the game tomorrow, but I can't. But I will be at Virginia.
Oh, you're going to Virginia?
Oh. Yeah, I'm going to Virginia. I'm going to the Friday night game because I never do Friday night games. Hey, Miss K, I love you.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, hey to Miss K, I love you. She's a supporter of everybody.
Yeah, Miss K's the best. She's always spitting facts in the chat at everybody. I love it. And Russell says hey too.
What's up, Russ?
But maybe I could make the Virginia game work. I wonder if I could do that. How many of you are going to the Virginia game? So are you for sure going or?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a Friday night game.
Okay.
I haven't been to a Friday night game in about 10 years. I have to do a Friday night game. Those games are lit.
Okay, I might, and that's a night game too, right? Like 7 or 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's why I'm going.
Ooh, okay. We'll see. I'll try to make something happen, maybe.
That's why I chose that over Virginia Tech. That was the only reason I chose it over Virginia Tech because of the Friday night game. I'm hoping we do a blackout.
Ooh.
I'm hoping we do a blackout.
Now, I think they might have said that they're doing the parlay instead.
I know, but I want to see the blackout.
I know. I might be wrong. I would prefer blackout over parlay, just honestly.
I wanted the main reason I wanted to call in is I don't know if people. I'm gonna put this out there. You might get mad at me or not, but I don't know if people know what you do for a living. But Coach Coop works on. He's a computer guy. Works on computers.
Most people should know.
I'm having a problem with my laptop, and Coach Coop is gonna fix my laptop for me. I'm sending it to Tennessee to the computer genius. He's gonna fix my laptop for me. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you guys don't know go on when we sit back and we talk and we try to come up with ways to help each other out. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of times you guys. That's what I say. A lot of things when people you'll get people in chats trying to put us against each other, and sometimes we'll sit back and laugh like serious for real because that's not gonna work. He's done so much to help me out on my channel. It's ridiculous. So that's not gonna work. Another thing is with this Android box. I wanted him to have it because he does these games, live games every Saturday. Consistent. He does a great job doing it. He's always trying to get streams for all of the people in the chat. I'm not the best salesperson, so I might not be able to sell as much as he can. Might not be able to get out as much as he can, but it's a very inexpensive product. And so I was able to get him, and Billy together. And now Coach Hoop is on that. Is going to be one of the spearheaders on that product, on getting that out there to the fan base. It's all about getting you guys stuff to where you don't have to miss Hurricane games.
Yeah, we care about you guys. We want you to be able to watch the game.
And that's the most thing about it. So His box should be in probably next week, hopefully by the beginning of next week. And he'll be able to go over it. It's a great product. I guarantee he'll tell you it's a great product. And then he'll probably still give links to people who don't have it. But if you don't get this product, then it's going you. I can guarantee you he's going to recommend it. And it's just about, you know what I'm saying, I wanted him to have it because I'm tired of him having to search for links and not being able to get it clear all the time or buffering and stuff like that. And he wants to enjoy the games as well.
So Alonzo's hooking me up. And I got to tell you guys, joke's on him. He thinks that I'm going to charge him for fixing his computer, but I'm not. So joke's on him.
He better charge me. If he does, I'm just going to send it to the PayPal.
I'll send it right back. You send me a check, I'll rip it up. I'll shred it and send you the video.
We have to look. That's why I say for everybody in the I'm saying this. I know it's not about football or anything. Like I say, when it comes to, I put a video out today, and I just want to express my love for everybody who does these videos. From my little brother, the wholesome one, to who has become one of my best friends in the world, Coach Coop. Y'all don't understand that because you think you do, but you don't. I call the big dog my white father because he reminds me so much of my grandfather and just what he does. And Junior sent me a donation when I was in Orlando. Coach Coop sent me a donation when I was in Orlando to help me get back Miss K. So for all the love that I get, and I know I rant a lot more, but for all the love that I get from certain people, that's all I need. And it's about giving back to the community, giving back to the YouTube community, making sure that we all grow, making sure that everybody in the chat gets something. I have 40 turnover chains over here that I have to send out. And I have Coach Coop's turnover chain that I have to send out. So I have all these chains and stuff that I have to send out. And I'm dumb when it comes to doing stuff like that. But it's just about giving back and making sure that we all get a great YouTube experience and become family and friends as well, because you can do that on YouTube.
And we can do it and it be all college football fans. Again, I focus primarily on Miami, but I'm looking at chat names and icons right now. I see Buckeye Nation. I see George. I know a lot of Miami fans had it out for George. I see
Mark is my guy.
I see Georgia. Mark Rogers. It's all about.
No, I'm talking about Mark Dudley from Michigan.
Gotcha. Yeah. Dudley. Yep.
He is great. So like you said.
And because I just want to throw that out there that of course we right at this moment focus on Miami Hurricanes content, but we all love college football at the end of the day. Now again, I'm going to rep the U harder than I'm going to talk about any other team. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, we want you guys to just have fun and enjoy talking college football.
I want that hat you got. I got to get on Dime Life.
I got this actually from Duh Nation. And I got to tell you, I shout them out all the time because I did not ask for the hat. It literally showed up at my P.O. box one day with a note in it that said, Coach Coop, on the house, here you go. We love your videos. So I always tell people, go to Duh Nation, tell them Coop sent you because those guys are awesome over there.
And you get that. And that's what happened with Billy with the Android box. Billy said, Alonzo, I love your channel on the house. And I'm like, for real? He said, I saw you struggling for the game last week. And I was like, I said, well, I said, what do you want? You know how to do nothing? I said, you know what? You're a sponsor regardless. He's like, no, I don't. I said, no, you looked out for me. I got to look out for you. We got to look out for each other.
That's what I'm saying. Just show love to everybody. You know, be welcoming to people, be friendly to people, and you'll get it back in return. There's always some bad eggs out there and you know whatnot, but we just all got to look past it and just be friendly with each other, cordial. You know, we can be nice to each other and then be enemies on game day and then shake each other's hand the next day. I did it with George. I did it with Christian, the Florida Gator fans. So
I am going to say this one thing right here. I'm going to give my score prediction and I'm going to get off.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said,
yep. Let's hear what you think.
Like I said, and I do have your turnover chain coming as well.
Okay.
Score prediction 77-7 Miami.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm for real. And the only reason I am saying this is the same reason you say it about Enos in Central Michigan. I feel like he is gonna come out and make. I'm almost to the point where he's gonna be bipolar, and if Jaron Williams can't complete deep passes, he's gonna pull them and put in Perry. He wants to beat them that bad. I'm for real. He wants them. If you listen to the interview of why he left, he wants to beat those guys that bad. And when I argue with some people on YouTube about the defense, and I kept telling people we're running the same defense, and people kept telling me we're not. If you listen to Bethel, and what Bethel said, they asked Bethel, what's the difference between this year's defense and last year's defense? He said our defensive line is not getting off the ball quick enough, and we're not getting in the backfield quick enough.
Yeah, they're not getting the push that they were before.
So when people say that they changed the scheme to hold the line, to stop the run, that's not what they did. That is not what they did. And I'm so glad, because I argued with people last week and they told me I was wrong. And I'm glad Pat Beverly came out and said what it was. You have to, when you lose talent, I kept telling people, and I use basketball analogies a lot because I watch a lot of basketball. And basketball, one player can change the whole game. When LeBron left Cleveland, they had the whole same team intact. They didn't make the playoffs. Right? I'm talking about
that's true.
When he went to Miami.
Right.
When he went to Miami. When he left Miami still had Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and all of them. They did not make the playoffs. Okay? That's one person changing the whole. When Deion Sanders went to San Francisco, they beat Dallas and won a Super Bowl. The next year, Deion Sanders went to Dallas to shut down Jerry Rice. Dallas won the Super Bowl the next year. One player can change the game. Gerald Willis changed the game.
Because I was actually going to bring up when you were saying that, they're talking about Silvera has been back in practice, right? At least taking some limited reps from what I've heard. I don't know if you've heard anything about that, but I've heard he's at least seeing some reps in practice. So, I mean, you wouldn't see him in this game, especially a game like Central Michigan, but he could be coming back maybe, I think they said Virginia Tech or Virginia. Probably Virginia, I would guess. And
he'll be back for Virginia.
He's a big playmaker that could make a big difference.
He's a havoc maker, and we're not getting those havoc plays. But guess what else we lost? We lost Jaquan Johnson. We lost Jackson. We lost defensive back. I'm forgetting his name. I don't know how. He's my favorite one. I keep forgetting his name. But I start calling our names.
Redwine.
Cedric Redwine. Look at everybody we lost. We lost five starters. And I'm talking about game-changing starters on that defense. So Redwine was a ball hog.
What was it? If the phone cut out a little bit, sorry.
I said Redwine was a ball hog. Jaquan was a ball hog. Okay. Jackson was he got sacks. We're not even gonna talk about Gerald no more. We know what he did. When he wasn't in games by just him missing games by himself, you've seen what happened. So the turnovers aren't going to be as big when you lose the playmakers that you lost. Because even when we weren't getting havoc sometimes, Jaquan would jump around. Redwine would read a route and go take the ball. You know, we don't have those same playmakers that we had. Those guys had been in the system for 2 years. Those guys had learned how to play the system. We have guys that are learning. We don't have the same playmakers. We don't have the same playmakers up front. It is a totally different football team. It is a totally different defense. But what people don't realize is statistically we are better this year, except the turnovers and sacks. We are better in TFLs. We're better in running yards per game. We're better in pass yards per game. And we played against better talent the first 3 games than we did last year.
We did, yeah.
So people need to look at that. My problem is the red zone offense. Score some doggone points. And we won't have to worry about booing a kid at kicker.
Yep, and that's what I'm saying. I consistently say on this channel, I know people complain about penalties and flags and the refs hate us and they lost us this game. I get it. But don't put your team in a position to where 1 or 2 flags determine the outcome of the game. You don't even have to worry about it at that point.
And another thing, don't blame these. It's okay to blame kids because they have responsibilities. But Bubba Bassett is taking too much. And if he was my son, I would probably pull him because he is taking too much hate from a bunch of grown men. From a bunch of grown men, not boys, men. And the reason why it aggravates me more than anything, Coach Coop, is because I'm at a lot of tailgates. I'm at a lot of games. I'm at a lot of tailgates, and I'm at a lot of spring games.
Mm-hmm.
And I see these same grown men kissing these kids' butts, trying to get autographs and pictures and all of this stuff. You're my best player. You're this. And as soon as you get on Twitter or Facebook or IG, you're bashing that kid. These are kids. You can bash NFL players. Don't bash the kids.
Yeah, and that's kind of an unfortunate thing with today's times with technology. It's very easy to be a keyboard warrior. And I got to ask you, what do you think about this? Do you care if I ask you one question? I just want to know your opinion on it.
Yeah,
because it's an unpopular opinion that I have. And everyone in the chat, I want you to answer as well, because most people disagree with me on this. I feel like that any student athletes at the beginning of the season for whatever sport they play should not be allowed to get on social media. And it's okay if you disagree. I'm just curious.
No, at the beginning of the season, I can say yeah. Actually, through the whole season, I can say yeah, because social media. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand why they let them do it because
right.
It's a different day and age. But YouTube is stressful for us, and we're adults. We're adults, and it's stressful for us. I did a video after I hung up on my last check, letting people know how stressed I am about the hate that I get sometimes. So it's stressful for adults. So I can imagine what it is for kids. So if I was a coach and I could say no, I would actually say no, because I experience it as a YouTube blogger, the hate that you can get as a YouTube blogger. And me and you've talked off the line. And you said sometimes the hate you've got has had you with your hand in your head like,
yeah,
what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong?
Because see, people Dylan saying that is censorship. I get it. But things are different now than they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And just like the game of college football is evolving with this transfer portal stuff and all this, sometimes you have to make changes to stuff. And I just feel like it makes sense because these again, kids, I know people are saying they're 18 to 21, 22, but kids, I say, they read all these comments. I know they don't always respond to them, but you guys see them posting daily. I can go on Instagram right now and show you Jaron Williams probably posted today. Jeff Thomas probably posted today. Dallas is always posting on Instagram. So I know that they see the comments and stuff on this stuff, and I know that it can mess with their head a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Nobody's saying censorship, but it gets you. I tell you what, I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna let you go take some more callers. I didn't mean to take up an hour of your chat.
Yeah, right.
But I'm telling Twitter fingers. I'm that guy, and I'm not saying I'm a tough guy. I'm not saying I'm a tough. Well, I am a tough guy, but I'm not saying I'm the toughest guy on earth.
I mean, you could beat me up. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. I've seen some skinny guys knock out some bigger. I've seen it. I just don't want to end up on nobody's world star.
I got you.
Put it that way. But I'm that guy who will approach you when I see you, and I've done it on more than one occasion, and it's gotten caught on videotape on more than one occasion. So when you have those Twitter fingers, and if I see you at a game, I don't care if you're with your wife, kids, mother, father, daughter, uncle, I'm coming to you, and I'm gonna ask you to have that same energy that you had on the keyboard. These kids can't do that. Let's. I'm with Cool. I don't think that they should be allowed on it at all because it messes. It will and it can mess with their psyche.
Yeah, it really can.
Uncle Lou in the chat right now. Me and Uncle Lou talked about this. How many times they talked about beating up Uncle Lou? Want to meet him somewhere and beat him up just because he said something you don't like? For real? I want to beat you up.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. What's up, Uncle Lou?
He said, I have a trunk full of wireless keyboards. Come at me, bro. That is the response I would expect from Uncle Lou. I do love him. I give him a hard time occasionally as well. We all do. But we all love him.
I can tell you this here. I had some people threaten me in Orlando, and I ain't going to tell y'all what Miss K had, but I'm just going to say Miss K, that K stands for a reason. I'm just letting you. You never know. I have 15 brothers from Jamaica, blood brothers, my brothers, and 12 of them live in Miami. All of them came to Orlando because of the threats that I got. That's crazy. I mean, to Orlando. All of them came to Orlando because I got threatened. That's crazy because of the people on the keyboard playing for no reason instead of just in the chat. And let's get the likes up, man. How we got 122 on and 57 likes? Let's get the likes up. But there's no need for that. And these kids do read those things. So be careful about what you say about these kids because it can affect their psyche. Not just that though. How you want other kids to come to your school, but you talking about the kids that's on your school, at your school.
Yeah,
what
again,
does that say?
There's a big difference in constructive criticism and just hate. There's a big difference there.
All right, Coach Coop, man. I love you, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Good luck on that Android box. Hopefully it'll be there by Monday or Tuesday. And you will love it. And hopefully some of the other people will get an opportunity to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, once you watch it,
yeah, I can't wait to check it out.
All right, my brother. Love you, man. Y'all have a good show, man. Love everybody in the chat, man. Don't forget to donate, support. And I'm just being honest with you. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if he have his PayPal or anything up there. But if you can, send it to his PayPal or Zelle before you send it to YouTube. I'm saying it so he don't. That way he gets the funds and they don't hold on to him and take his money. Because I'm telling you, they take 30%.
Now, I got to ask you real quick. I know you had mentioned, are you going to go live here in a bit again? Or?
Yeah, I might go live after you because
okay.
I hung up.
I just want to make sure.
I was in my feelings.
It just when you go live, I'll send some people over.
No,
once I go down. All right.
I'll go live whenever you hang up. What time?
No. Do it when I'm still going, and then I'll send everybody over.
No,
all right. All right. I'm hanging up.
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
Okay. Fair.
10 o'clock.
There we go.
All right.
All right. See you later, man.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, thank you for calling in, Hurricane Zoe. Appreciate the input. Uncle Lou says I've typed 6 people to death just this week. Oh, man. What's going on, Kane Fam 101? How you doing? So let's take some more phone calls. Let's talk about Central Michigan a little bit and how you guys are feeling about this game. Be honest with me. I got to ask one question before I answer this phone call. Are there any Central Michigan fans hiding in the chat? Step up. I will not put you on the spot. What's going on? Who do we have on the line?
I will not. No way, Coach Coop, I'm a big fan.
What's going on, man?
No way, Coach Coop, I'm a big fan. So cause I'm a kid and I just be watching your stream like every Friday when I get out of school. I be looking forward to it.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Do you care to turn the stream volume down a little bit? I can hear a little bit of an echo.
I appreciate that, man. Do you care to turn the stream volume down a little bit? Oh.
There you go. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think, man? I appreciate you being a fan of the channel. What do you think about this Central Michigan game? You got a score prediction?
I have Miami winning 70-0. I feel like our defense is they ain't gonna let nobody really score. I feel like our punter gonna do a good job I feel good about this game, and I feel like Baxter he gonna do better. And I just want him to I just don't want him to be stressed out through the whole season where everybody just getting on him and bashing him on social media.
I got you. Yeah, I think if he can hit a big kick, which he did have that 50-yarder, but then it kind of went downhill from there after that 50-yarder. But I think if he could hit consistently a couple of kicks, no matter the length, honestly, something other than extra points though. But if he could hit consistently a couple of kicks, I think it would help boost his confidence a little bit. So you got 70-0, definitely confident going into this game.
Yeah, I'm very confident. I feel like we're not gonna lose. The only game I feel like we're gonna make it to the ACC championship, even though we lost to North Carolina. But I feel like that was an early game, tough environment for a freshman quarterback. And and then the next game for North Carolina, their freshman quarterback lost at Wake Forest. So I feel like we can make it and play Clemson. I feel like if we make it to Clemson, I feel like we got a great chance to win because I feel like Clemson, they overhyping themselves, and I just feel like we can do it.
All right, so that's a very bold opinion, but I like it. I like it. Everybody in the chat is asking if you play football. They want to know.
No, I actually play basketball, but my dream school is University of Miami. So I'm planning to go to this school and get a scholarship for basketball, but I don't play football.
Okay, heck yeah, man. Hey, at the end of the day, it's probably if you end up playing. Hear me out. If you end up playing college ball and go to the NBA and stuff, you might have a little bit less injuries going into basketball. I wish I would have played a little more basketball, to be honest with you, because I played football in high school. And I probably should have took the basketball route, just to be honest. But hey, man, I appreciate you calling in. You said first time calling on the show, right?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. And I appreciate all the love and the support that you show me on this channel. And definitely go back on the stream once this uploads later tonight. And you can take a look at what all the chat's saying while you're calling in, and you can go back and re-listen to it.
All right.
I appreciate you calling in and giving that 70-0 prediction, man. And what'd you say your name was one more time?
Teron Olive.
Teron Olive. Is that your YouTube username?
Yeah.
Okay. Teron. All right. When we finish up the phone call, put a little comment down in the comment section. That way I can double check, and I try to remember who you are whenever you leave a comment in there and stuff. So I appreciate you calling in tonight, man.
All right.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye. And see, listen, I got to say something real quick. I know I tell you guys this often, and most of you guys know that I do this on my channel now. Now, Uncle Lou is an exception because I know he likes to make jokes. So, Uncle Lou, it's okay. I'm not throwing shade at you. But some people get upset when I don't hang up on kids that call in. You have to understand that is a Miami Hurricanes fan. At some point, you might have been a kid and you were a Miami fan. In today's age, where kids and stuff are all on YouTube, you don't think it would be cool to call into a Miami Hurricanes show as an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old watching a Miami Hurricanes football channel? These are future Canes fans. They're already Canes fans, but they're future adult Canes fans that could be donating to the school, could be contributing to the football program, the basketball program. So yes, I'm gonna let these kids call in. He's rapping to you. You think I'm not gonna let him call in? That I'm gonna hang up on him? And I'm not throwing shade at the people who are saying that. I'm just saying everybody can call in, man. If they're gonna, talk Miami football, I will let them speak their mind for a few minutes, regardless of age. Period. And I'll always stand behind that. Always. There he is. Look at him in the chat. Miami all day. Appreciate you calling in tonight, man. That was a good call. Exactly. He ain't scared to call. He called up and said 70-0. I'm standing by it. I like it. I like it. So I'm going to stay live for about 20 more minutes. If anybody else wants to call in and discuss Central Michigan, let's do it. I'm going to stay live until 10 o'clock. We still got 109. if anybody wants to call in. Super Chat is still active. My join button, everything's still on with that. Appreciate all of the support and everything so far tonight, guys. Don't forget, even every time I throw that out there, though, it's always optional. So don't feel pressure. Don't feel obligated. I started out as a kid eating lunch with Woody Hayes in the face. Huh? Now, I did see Buckeye Nation talking about Ohio State. There may not be a lot of other Ohio State fans in here, Buckeye Nation. I do see at least one more, but you are welcome here on this channel. I just wanted to let you know that. You have a 1-800 number? I do not, Dylan. This is my number you're seeing right over here. Why am I not a Vols fan? We could be here for the rest of the night with me telling you why I'm not a Vols fan. All right? Yeah, we'd be here the rest of the night. What's going on? Who do we have on the phone?
This Robert, man, a diehard Hurricane fan.
All right, Robert. So let's talk for a minute. How you feeling about the Central Michigan game? You can be real with me.
Oh man, blowout. I got it 70-0.
You saying 70-0 as well? All right. So we're Miami. A lot of fans are pretty confident in this offense to put up points on Central Michigan. So you don't think Central Michigan puts up anything, not even a field goal?
Nah, not nothing. Not even a field goal.
All right. Now, do you think that Lingard, well, we obviously previously discussed that, given that you're predicting 70-0, do you think that Lingard could see some carries in this game? Because we talked about Diaz saying he's ready to go.
Oh yeah. I've been waiting on Lingard to get on the field.
Oh, me
That's
too.
what I really want to see.
I feel like that, again, and you know that I really like DJ Dallas. I really like Cameron Harris. But I feel like if you were to watch both of these guys do the same run, let's play hypothetical, and say both of them get the same crease or the same hole, and you watch all three of those guys take off, I really feel like your jaw is going to drop when you see Lingard hit that hole and take off. He's taking it to the house.
Yes. That 4.2 speed he got, yeah, that's to the house.
Definitely. So that's the second 70-0 prediction that I've had tonight. So I'd love to see Miami put up 70 on a team that people say is not good, of course, but better than Bethune-Cookman. So if Miami could come out, we don't want to underestimate anybody, but if they could come out and put even more points on this team, I mean, hey, that'd be good.
We can't come out a slow start. We got to come out at least go on the first drive at least.
You saw me. I couldn't even sit down when I started talking about that. You're going to get me all hyped up if I start talking about getting a fast start in the first quarter. I want to see at least 21 points in the first quarter. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there watching the Bethune game. I'm like, really? 7-0? Come on now.
Yep. I was extremely disappointed in that. And some people are going to tell me that I'm being too picky on it. But we've got to stop these slow starts in the first quarter, because when we play these bigger opponents, like when we opened against Florida or when Virginia comes to town in a couple of weeks, it's pretty hard to win a football game when you only put up 3 points in the first quarter or 7 points in the first quarter. If you do that, the only way you're going to win is if your defense plays lights out and holds them to a goose egg too.
Yeah, I'm with Alonzo. I watch his channel too. We got I watched the Florida State game. If we could keep Perkins in the pocket and let him beat us with his arm, I'm good with that.
I got you.
We can't let Perkins do what he did us last year, running all out the pocket. We keep him in that pocket, we good.
I agree. All right.
I want to see Enos open up the playbook and let Jaren take shots down the field. That's what I really want to see. That short stuff that's not gonna work too long.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying, well, I don't want them to open up the playbook against Central Michigan because we don't want Virginia Tech or Virginia to see. Listen, we already played Florida. We already played North Carolina and lost. Let's open it up as far as I'm concerned, because what are we going to say after that? Well, let's not open up the playbook so Georgia Tech doesn't see. Well, hold on. Let's not open up the playbook because we don't want Pitt to see. Oh, well, at the last game of the season, let's not open it up before that because we don't want them to see. You see what I'm saying? You could argue both ways.
Yeah, you can. But we still got to open that playbook. We got to get Joe Thomas going, man. I feel like he kind of frustrated.
Yeah, I think so. I'm disappointed in several of the receivers actually. In a couple, I'm just tired of seeing guys not make those big time catches. Difficult catches, but catchable balls. It seems like that never goes our way, doesn't it? Like we have
Nah,
those games where it's like, man, if he could have just hauled that in, and it's Sports Center top 10. I don't even know if they still do that. I don't even watch Sports Center anymore, but something
I
that would be
already
on
too
top
much
5
watch
or
it
top
either.
10, and we never seem to pull in those catches. I hate it.
I want to see Pope still injured and he ain't practiced this week. They should hold him out this week.
Yeah, I would prefer to keep guys healthy for the bigger games coming up, for the meat of the ACC schedule.
Yeah, yeah, you
So,
right, you right.
so I appreciate you calling in, man. What'd you say one more time? Your name was
Robert.
Robert, and is that your name? Your YouTube username?
Yeah.
Robert. All right, perfect. I try to put a voice with the username. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm pretty good at doing it. I can usually put a voice with it. So what happens is when you type in the chat, I hear your voice when I see your name come up in the chat. So I know it's weird, but I'm just letting you know. So
Okay, I love your channel, man. I watch your channel all the time. You and Alonzo1219. I watch your channel all the time.
Hey, I appreciate that. That means, honestly, I'm going to tell you something crazy. It means even more to me that you're telling me that you support other Miami Hurricanes YouTubers as well, as opposed to just me. A lot of people think it's crazy when I say that, but I appreciate it when viewers watch multiple Miami Hurricanes channels.
But how do I donate to your channel?
If you want to donate, what you have to do, and before I say it, disclaimer, it's always optional. So don't ever feel like you have to do it. But
Okay.
do you watch it on a phone?
Oh no, I have Direct TV. I watch it on. I have ACC Network.
Or no, I mean for when you're watching this stream.
Oh, the screen. Yeah, I watch it on my phone.
On your phone? Okay. What you do is when you're in the chat where you type a message in it, there should be like a little money symbol, and you just click on that and you punch in the information there.
Oh, okay.
But don't feel obligated, man. I just appreciate you hanging out and showing love and support.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for calling in tonight. Second 70-0 prediction. So we'll see what happens, man.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, you too.
All right.
All right, bye-bye. So, yeah, the second 70-0 prediction. Let me take a look at the chat a little bit. High risk reward plays are coming. Just need to continue this progression. Very well said, Chris. Very well said. Right now, I only do super chat, Brett. So it's the little money symbol beside there. But you don't have to do it. Now, if you do, listen, hear me out though. If you guys donate something in super chat, please put a custom message. So it'll at least read out your message to everybody. At least do that. If you're going to show support, put in some kind of message, something you want to say, so it reads it out loud to everybody. What's going on? Who do we have on the line?
You already know who it is, Coop.
What's up?
Another day in paradise, sir. How about yourself?
I'm all right. I can't complain. There's football tomorrow. Ask me next week, and I probably won't be doing quite as well, just because there's no Miami football on Saturday. So.
Yeah, gotta have a break every once in a while. Gotta get things done around the house. You ain't getting nothing done tomorrow.
That's true. I try to, and what happens is I end up just making excuses to come back and sit down and wait for the game to start. So you're right.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what are you thinking about the game tomorrow?
Me personally, I'm not too worried about it. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like some people are predicting. I mean, Miami's going to win easily, but I'm not seeing a 70-0 game. Central Michigan is definitely a step up in competition.
They are
from our last game.
I agree.
Now, my main thing is, as a matter of fact, is what y'all were just talking about. And I hear a lot of people say this. talking about Dan Enos needs to open up the playbook. That's not really the problem. If I've got all the games recorded so far on my DVR. If you go back and watch, there's an open receiver downfield almost every play. Jaron is just he's not wanting to throw picks, so he's not throwing the deep ball anywhere near as much. He's only made 7 attempts at a pass over 25 yards.
Now, that is a fair argument, because I will say, when I have went back and watched the tape as well, he's bad about sometimes waiting for the guy to be, I guess, I don't know how to put this into words, and maybe you can say it better than I can, fully open, like where a guy's about to make a break on his route or something, and, normally the QB would let it rip and know that he's going to be in place where the ball should be, and Jaron sometimes tends to hold it, like you said, almost like he's afraid to throw an interception. It's almost like, now hear me out, tell me what you think, and everybody in chat tell me, I don't want him to throw an interception, but it's almost like that is going to be there in the back of his head until he does throw an interception. And then it's done. Then it's done. He's threw an interception. There's not all this pressure if you've got 0 interceptions. Your completion percentage is this and yada, yada, yada. Almost like once he throws it, that'll be maybe help or be gone. I don't want him to throw an interception. I'm just putting it out there. And you can go ahead and tell me your opinion. I'm just saying.
I don't necessarily think it's that. I think it goes back to what Manny and Dan Enos both said when they announced that Jaron was the starter. They went with the guy that made less mistakes. I think that's just Jaron's tendency to go for safer passes.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Now,
honestly, look at Perry in this last game. Perry looked great.
Oh, he was letting rip. Yeah.
And that's the difference to me between Jaron and Perry. Jaron's more of a Drew Brees type. He's not a gunslinger. He's going to go for the higher percentage passes, more completions. And Perry's going to be more of a Brett Favre. He's going to, lead you in touchdowns, but he's going to lead you in interceptions too, because he's going to take a risk.
Right.
And I think that's just his mentality, is to take less of a risk. Not knocking it or anything. That's just the way he seems to be to me.
I could agree with that. I see your point on that. Now, are you? I know this this was a super touchy subject before the season, of course, but I mean, given what you've seen so far this season and what we know about N'Kosi Perry, and he did get to take reps last week, are you still down with having Jaron be the guy?
Oh yeah, I was always down with whoever won it.
Okay,
I
couldn't remember
on who was going to win it. Yeah, I mean, and that's something a lot of people just didn't seem to grasp a hold of. It wasn't, this is my guy that, or anything like that. It's just who I thought would come out on top.
Right.
I mean, it really didn't matter to me who it was, as long as we won games with him.
Right.
I mean, the kind of quarterback that Perry is, take the risk. Sometimes you win it, sometimes you lose it. That's just the type of quarterback I like. And that's one of the reasons I gravitated towards him. Wasn't a knock on Jaron,
right?
Ever. But
and if you remember, when I did my QB series, I predicted N'Kosi Perry to be the starting quarterback, and I gave a lot of reasons why I felt like he could definitely be the guy.
Yeah, and to me, them picking Jaron and then starting 2 true freshmen on the offensive line, and then the next week against UNC putting in another true freshman against the offensive line, or on the offensive line, said to me that, and no coach is going to come out and say this, but what that says to me is they're going to try and win as much as they can this year, but they're building towards next year and for the future. I mean, and no coach is going to come out and say, we're going to tank some games this year to get guys in so they'll be better next year.
And
They're going to say, yeah, this is who we think will help us win the best. But what they're not going to say is it may not be this year.
Yep. And I've actually, it's funny that you say that, and I'm sure you've been here, but I don't recall the specific time, but I said something very similar to that, where people were acting like they wanted Manny Diaz to come out and be like, oh, we're going to be mediocre this year, but we're going to try to get better. And if he comes out and says that, people would probably eat him alive for saying that. So and that may not be exactly what you're saying, but I agree with you 100% and see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean that is. I mean, and no coach, period, Manny or even all the way up to a Nick Saban or Dabo is going to come out and say, you know, we're putting these guys in so they get more experience, so we're better next year. You know, this year is kind of a wash. And granted, this year is not a wash with the division we're in.
Yep. The Coastal is, yeah, I'll just say that.
I mean, it is what it is. And I heard somebody point it out earlier, and me and Uncle Lou had a conversation about it last night. Outside of Bryce Perkins, Virginia does not look impressive.
No, I actually agree with you on that as well. Yeah.
I mean, Bryce Perkins is about it. I mean, their defense is okay. It's not bad, but and that's something that was another point me and him touched on is that, you know, their defense looking good, or is that just how bad Florida State's offense is?
Depending on who you talk to, that response could vary.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really look at it, I mean, because I had to remind myself again, the score last year, now I realize it's not the exact same team, but think about the things we were dealing with last year, and they still only beat Miami by 3 points. I'm just putting it out there.
I thought it was a 4-point game. I thought it was 17-13.
Looks like 16-13.
Okay.
At least that's what Google's telling me, and Google's lied to me before. So it's saying 3 points, but you know.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. It's not the same team. And I don't think anybody can debate this is not the same defense we had last year.
Right.
And a lot of people are wanting to jump on the linebackers over it, which really gets me. But they're overlooking the fact that we're down 3 All-Americans from last year, 1 on the defensive line, 2 in the backfield. And if I'm not mistaken, Nesta was a freshman All-American.
I believe so. I think you're right. I think you're right on that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're 4 All-Americans short on a defense from last year. The linebackers are picking up as much of the slack as they can, but they're not going to look as good when both your front 4 and your secondary are nowhere near what they were.
Well, let's see. Uncle Lou says, main thing you're missing is CMR, to be honest. See, the problem Uncle Lou is that these are the responses I expect, so it doesn't hit me as hard, I think. I think a lot of people, when they see Uncle Lou's responses, they get up in arms. And Uncle Lou, I love it. Trust me, I love it. It just doesn't hit me quite as hard because I expect it, I guess, if that makes sense. So,
I don't have the hate for Mark Richt a lot of people had. I mean, what he did at Georgia and at Miami is a trap a lot of coaches fall into. He was a stubborn old man set in his ways, and he wasn't going to change. You see a lot of coaches do that.
It does happen.
And
it happens a lot.
You see very few change it, and he's pointed out, you know, Nick Saban is one of the few that changed with the times. That's why Alabama's still winning, and it took him a while to do it.
It did. I remember when Alabama fans were calling for his head early on.
Well, not so much calling for his head, but I mean along the lines of go back to 2009, 2010, 2011, Alabama was winning national championships, 28-14 with an outrageous defense and a solid running game. I mean, before Tua, Alabama has not had what you could call probably even much of a mediocre quarterback.
That's fair.
Can anybody name an Alabama quarterback before Tua? Outside of Larry Coker's nephew?
I'm waiting. I'm not an Alabama expert, so I'm gonna have to say.
Well, I try and watch as much college football as I can. I'm a big college football fan.
Me too. I don't watch as much Alabama because my father-in-law is a huge Alabama fan. So I will watch them occasionally to try to poke fun at him, but they typically win. So if I watch it, I don't really get to, throw a lot of shade and make fun of them. So.
Yeah, well, I kind of have the same thing. One of my best friends is an Alabama fan, so I have to hear it all the time.
Yep, me too.
But he's also a San Francisco 49ers fan, so I can throw plenty back at him.
So what do you think for this game though? Like a realistic score prediction. I don't know if you gave it or not. I know you said you're not thinking like 70-0 or 77-3. I don't. You didn't give a score prediction yet, did you?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I didn't think so. Are you comfortable doing that or willing to do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And you got to remember, they got that other QB. It's not Dormady, but I'm probably saying his name wrong, but Moore. And then I know their starting back is down. I don't know how good that next guy up is with that. They've got that 6'7" tight. I'm just throwing some stuff out there.
Yeah. A lot of it's going to depend on what you said, how quickly the offense can get started. If the offense can get started, I think they can cover the spread. If it's a slow start, like the Bethune-Cookman game, I could see a 35-14 where they don't cover the spread.
Okay.
But and like I said, even not covering the spread, they're still going to win that game comfortably.
Right.
I don't think that's at risk at all. Whether or not they cover the 29.5 point spread is really going to depend if that offense can get going, not get bogged down in the red zone, because that's one of the problems that's still kind of persistent. And don't get me wrong, they've cleaned up a lot since game one.
They have.
A lot.
I agree.
But they're still getting bogged down in the red zone. Bubba Baxter's got to get his head on straight. And, considering and a lot of people give kickers crap because you see kickers on the field for such a short amount of time.
Yeah, just
but
a couple.
listen, as much as everybody's dogging on him, if he hits a game winner at the end of regulation to beat Clemson, he's going to be the greatest kicker in the history of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I think all would be forgiven for the most part.
He started off slow last year, and granted, last year he was a true freshman, but he ended up finishing hitting 75% of his kicks. The only extra points he's missed have all been blocked.
Yeah.
So I really don't put those on the kicker.
I hate it because I see the leg strength. I mean, the 50-yarder that he hit was good stuff. But then I don't know. I don't know if it is mental with him or I don't know.
And actually, Uncle, that was something else me and Uncle Luke talked about. What you could have is a situation that I've seen before where you need to have, somebody like Bubba out there to kick the long field goals, and you have to have somebody else to kick the short ones.
I mean, if that's what works, I don't see why it's a problem.
I've seen teams have to do it.
Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of times people say, well, that's not normal, or that's not the way everybody does it. I don't care. Whatever works and wins us football games, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, how many Martin Gramaticas and Adam Vinatieri's are there in the world? Not a whole lot.
So you said 35-14 if Miami doesn't start very quick in the first quarter.
Yeah, if they start slow. If they come out of the gate, foot on the pedal, and get it going, because listen, the offense getting things going helps fuel the defense.
It does.
And
it some long drives give them time to rest.
It does, and that was something I was definitely looking for this year that I was very, very glad to see, because a lot of people pointed back to, when James Coley was the OC and, Stephen Morris was the quarterback, how good that offense was. My problem with that offense was that offense would score in like 60 seconds and then put an atrocious defense right back out on the field.
Yeah.
So that was something I was definitely wanting to see, was long, sustained drives. Keep your defense off the field, because I knew the defense wasn't going to be as good this year as it was last year. Now I think you'll definitely see a rise in them next year, because I think Bandy will come back, and then you'll have all these corners and safeties back next year.
I do think so. As long as we look like we're improving and heading in the right direction by the time the season wraps up, whatever ends up happening, I do think a lot of those guys would want to come back. Especially given if you look at the NFL draft these past couple of years and all these guys that have been leaving early. They've not had too good of a time, most of them.
No, they haven't. And some guys, it's a situational thing. So, I hate to say I want to see them all come back. I think, to me, Kendrick Norton and R.J. McIntosh should have come back. But flip side of that, use Mark Walton as an example. Mark Walton's mother died, had custody of both of his younger siblings. He had to go.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like you said, I guess situational from person to person.
Yeah, it is. It's situational, person to person. I think it's kind of obvious Brad Kaya could have done with coming back.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I think he's still on like practice squad or something with somebody, isn't he?
Detroit, last I heard.
That's
but I'll be honest with you.
That's the last thing I remember. And then for some reason, I thought the Lions cut him, but I don't know. Somebody in the chat will know. They'll let me know.
Yeah.
But you're right. I could see it being that type of game too. You could argue both sides of that. So I could very well see something like that too, with the 35-14 that you mentioned.
Yeah, like I said, it's all, to me, it's all gonna come down to, can they come out and get started? And to me, this is just my 2 cents and my opinion on it. I didn't think they should be relying this heavily on the pass, especially especially early on in the first 4 or 5 games. I really thought our run game would be the bread and butter and what they would rely on.
I'm hoping it would
really
be
surprised. Well, and that would have been, to me, the smart play, because you have an unproven quarterback in a new system. And let's be honest, Dan Enos had only been there since February. Went through pretty much 2 months where they couldn't even have contact with the players.
Yeah.
So you're talking 5 or 6 months to install an all new offense, and offenses always take longer to install than a defense does. Don't know why, it's just the way it is. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if the entire offense does not know his whole playbook yet.
Yeah.
Or not necessarily doesn't know the whole playbook yet, but doesn't know it to the point where they can implement his entire playbook in a game.
They've seen it, but may not be 100% comfortable with every bit of it.
Exactly.
I got you. All right. Well, I think I'm actually probably going to wrap it up. I know Alonzo is going to hop back on at 10. So I was trying to keep my stream around 2 hours roughly. So I appreciate you calling in and giving your opinion on this. And you bring up some good points. And, of course, nobody's going to know for sure till tomorrow. We'll find out what happens.
That's why they play the game.
Exactly. And we sit here and talk about it and guess what's going to happen. So I appreciate you calling in, man.
Yes, sir. It was good to talk to you.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Man, I noticed Casey. We got Casey in the house. He says, everybody calm down. I'm here. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I know this was a little bit of a shorter stream. Thank you, Miss K. But I was trying to hit 10 o'clock, 2 hours for the night before stream. And we still got 93 of you in the chat. Thank you so much for the love. I always feel like I'm hanging up on everybody. Like I'm like, there's 93. I'm sorry, guys. I got to go. I feel bad. I really do. But I was trying to cut it off. at 10 o'clock. So I'm going to stick to the game plan for this one. Now, I do want to make one more quick thing known. It's all right, Jackson. It's all right. I do want to make one thing known, and 904 Hurricane is asking. Tomorrow, let's see a big turnout in the stream for Central Michigan versus Miami for the live hangout. It'll be right here on this channel. Make sure that you double check about 10 to 15 minutes before, because YouTube is bad about sending out notifications. So make sure you show up on the channel. Just be refreshing the page. You know, Coop's always fashionably late, so I'll be a little bit late. But I will have links for the game. So you guys who don't have ACC Network, I got you. I will have links, probably 4 or 5 of them. So there will be one you can watch on your computer, your phone, your laptop, your Roku, your Fire Stick, your Xbox, your PS4. I'll have links for you. So all you got to do is show up. You don't even have to be subscribed. You don't even have to like the live stream tomorrow. You don't have to donate. You don't have to become a member of the Canes fan by clicking the join button. You don't have to do anything. All you got to do is show up to the stream, click on show description, and I will have links down at the very bottom. Because I want you guys to be able to watch the game, and I don't want you to miss it. I've been there. I know what it's like to miss the game and have to go back and watch the 30-second highlight video that they give Miami on ACC Network, or just look at ESPN and look at the score and look at the stats. It's not the same as actually watching the game, right? So I'm gonna hit up my siren with some WD-40 so that bad boy ain't squeaking tomorrow, because I plan on ringing it a lot. Okay? So thank you for all the love tonight in the stream. We had a really good turnout. I think we hit almost 120 viewers tonight, which is huge considering, again, I saw a lot of the hype dive bomb for Miami football, considering our record. Watching from Hawaii. All right, Casey. Enjoy it down there, man. How does it look down there? Because are you down there like on vacation or cleaning up? I wasn't sure, because I was over here being like, have fun, and you know, with all the stuff that happens. So I just want to check with you on that. So thank you, 904 Hurricane. Chris Song says 48-12. What I want you guys to do, I already asked you to do this, but as I'm heading out, I want you to leave final score predictions in the chat. This is your chance to go back and say, I told you so, guys. I was putting it in the chat and I stood by it. So I want everybody, seriously, if you're on your phone, stand up and do it. Get freaking hyped for this game. I'm telling you, when the season's over and done, you're going to be dreaming and wishing that Miami Hurricanes football is back. You're going to miss it. So enjoy these Saturdays with Miami football back, man. It's been so long. You know, we wished for it. We dreamed that it would be back, and it's here. And it may not be the start that we wanted, but let's finish strong. Let's take care of business, and let's beat the brakes off of Central Michigan. All right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a link to Alonzo's live stream. He might be streaming for a bit, so I'm going to put his stream in there. Now, I want to ask you guys something. I'm serious. I want to ask you something. I ask you so many favors. And you guys crush it. Go over there and say, Coop sent me. Please. Even listen, I ask you guys so much. Go over there and say, Coop sent me. And then even if you don't hang out, I'm not pressuring you to hang out. I'm not pressuring you to like or dislike. Just go over there and say Coop sent me. Okay? So I love you guys. I'll go live tomorrow about 15 minutes before the game, and I'll have you guys with links. So appreciate all the love tonight. Thank you for all of the donations. Josh Mobley, Junior and the Big Dog. 247 Canes, always a big supporter, my man. Hurricane Zoe, Tommy Guns, and Eric Birch. So I'm going to link it one more time. Go over there and say Coop sent you. Please. Please do it. He's got 18 people watching right now. And how many do we have over here? Almost 100. I want to see Coop in the chat 20 or 30 times. Can you do that for me? Just one favor. Can you guys do that for me? So, thank you for all the love. I will see you guys tomorrow night. I'm pumped for a game. Let's enjoy it and let's have a good time tomorrow. All right? You guys already know. Go Canes, baby. It's time to take care of business tomorrow. Things are serious. All right. Love you guys, and see you tomorrow. Peace out.